Well, today I'd like to talk to you about the pros and cons of riding in a group. Now, there's a couple things about riding with groups. If you ride in a small group, say with a couple of other friends that you ride with often enough, maybe a small group of 4, maybe up to 7, usually you don't have too many issues at all. But when you get in a larger group, and this particular one is not that large, there's probably about 12. I haven't counted them, but something like that. I do not know half of them and how they ride. Are they good? Can they ride in formation? We usually ride in a staggered formation. So that is that I would consider a negative. But let's throw a positive in there right away. And the positive is you're out with a bunch of friends doing something that's fun. That's definitely a positive. And it is fun to ride in a group, especially if the group, they're decent riders. They stay in formation. Now here's another negative. If you're riding with a group and you're in a city, you have a lot of stoplights, a lot of chances to split the group, especially in a large group, say 20, 30, something like that, or more. You're gonna be split. And what some groups will do is they'll have blockers out there to block the traffic so you can get through. And that's a pro and a con to that, because that's actually illegal in many places. So I want to filter in negatives and positives. So as another positive, that allows you to stay together, which is a great thing. Let's throw another positive. Usually in a lot of group rides, it's a charity event. And this one happens to be for the IMRG, Indian Motorcycle Riding Group, national event. It's a charity for, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember the exact name of the charity, but it is for fallen heroes. From that standpoint, it's a great charity, and that is definitely a positive to group rides. It just so happened that where I jumped into the group here, I ended up on the right-hand side, the edge of the road, and that's usually the worst pavement. But yeah, it happens. So sometimes you're on the right, sometimes you're on the left. Everybody in this ride happens to be on an Indian motorcycle. And what is happening with this national IMRG charity ride is all of the IMRGs across the nation have been encouraged to get some of their members out and have them put forward an effort to raise money for this charity. Our destination today is to go to a memorial cemetery in Holly, Michigan. So the ride there should take about an hour and a half. Once we're there, we'll get some pictures, pay our respects, and then we're off to lunch in Fenton. And that'll be the culmination of the ride. And from there, people will probably split off and go in different directions to get home, or we'll probably have little subgroups from that point. I want to point out a negative. We had all of our bikes, which is, like I said, about 12 bikes, stopped at a stop sign, a four-way stop. The group went and started going through, and the last half of the group, somebody stopped at the stop sign. Normally, what happens here in Michigan, it's very common for all of the bikes to go through like a 16-wheeler, big truck. You go through as a group, nice, tight pack, all 12 bikes go through, and then the next vehicle can go from an opposing lane. What happened was the group started to go, and the person on the left stopped in order to let a car come in, and now we have this car in the middle of the group. So what the guy did that stopped is he then passed the car to join the group and left the whole back of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 bikes back here behind this vehicle. Wrong thing to do. Unfortunately, that wasn't covered in our pre-ride instructions. So it's very important to have pre-ride instructions and a safety talk for the group. I don't know if they even had that because I was a little late to get on the line and I'm near the back of the group, which is fine. That's where I wanted to be. So I'm not sure if they covered that or if they missed that, but evidently that particular person made a mistake and stopped. It almost caused a situation with the next biker to the right of him because she was going through the stop sign just as a group like we normally do. But this guy happened to stop and just stopped the whole parade. So that's a negative, but those things happen. Okay, here's another situation that you have around stoplights. When the stoplight doesn't have a green arrow to turn left and you want to turn left, it makes it very tough to make a left-hand turn just with the amber light right before it releases the opposing or opposite traffic. So it makes it very hard for a group of bikes to make a left-hand turn without blockers. We were fortunate this time because there wasn't very much traffic coming in the other direction, so it worked out pretty good. So I'd like to say something positive about this particular group of riders. Apparently, they are riding in a nice tight formation. We're traveling just, you can see there, not that fast. So just riding in these rural roads, they are riding in a nice tight formation. So that is a good thing. So it just so happens, on a positive note, sometimes when you ride in a group ride, you don't have issues like that. America. So we finally got to our destination, and it's really a cool place to be, considering this ride is a charity ride for the fallen heroes. And you will see here we have, I don't know if you can see it, section over here, section over here, a large section over here. This is in the Fenton area, which is near Flint, Michigan. So I think I'll end the ride here. Again, comments down below. Tell me about group rides. Tell me if you've had any issues, you like them, don't like them, never want to do them, been on a bunch of them, you love them, whatever. Let me know. So until next time.